Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You are now tuning into Snakey Talk, and I'm your host, Fifi Zappa. And today I have two very, very special guests. They are fellow YouTubers and K-pop reactors, Dope Squad Reacts. Hello, AJ.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Happy to be here.
Happy to be here, you guys.
Thank you both so much for joining us here on Snakey Talk. I'm so excited to have you here. I absolutely love your videos. Honestly and truly, I'm a huge fan.
Thank you.
So for the people listening who might not know who you are, would you like to let them know a little bit about yourselves, a little bit about your channel?
Yes. So we are a K-pop reaction channel. We've been on YouTube since October 2017, so 4 years. And starting off with the channel, we had no idea we were going to be dedicated YouTubers because our first video was just so random, that we decided to just leave it to dessert for good until people started to come to us like, we need you to react to more videos. And we were hesitant for a while.
Yeah.
So we decided, okay, let's do this.
Right.
And so we know how, but we were like, this is fun. So we're happy that we did and pulled through with it.
Yeah.
Were you fans of K-pop before starting your channel, or did you discover K-pop through your channel?
Before we created the channel, I already knew a little bit about K-pop. So I was already a BTS fan. I watched all the videos and everything, and I barely started to get into EXO. I was trying to get AJ to watch BTS videos or any K-pop video for a while, but she just seemed uninterested for a while.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie, like, cause at first, I really didn't know too much about K-pop. Before that, I was into other music, but Sagen would try to like get me to watch this specific group, and I was like, okay, I'll watch it later. And but then like after that, I was like, okay, let me just go ahead and watch them. Let me take my time to watch it. Girl, when I first saw BTS, I was like, wait. I've been living under this rock for so long. I'm like, bro, why I didn't know anything about this? Like, I've been on it ever since. Like, and we start binge watching BTS and all that. And then Sage was like, what would be crazy? Let's be a YouTube reacting channel. I was like, what? And me thinking, I'm not, really used to doing stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, let's do it, So when we made the channel, we just kind of left it there, 15 minutes in, everybody started flooding our video. Oh my God, you guys are so cool. This and that. Like, react to this, react to that. I'm sitting there like, oh my God. Like, what? Like, that made me feel good. Like, wow, we making people feel like happy and laughing and stuff. So that like made me want to do more reaction videos.
Yeah.
Because before that, I didn't know K-pop.
We didn't even know anything about EXO, and our first video was of Kai. And that's funny because, like, we were hearing a lot of things about how certain idols are compared to each other, like BTS and EXO. And I was like, wouldn't that be a good idea to just kind of, like, react to this guy that we don't know anything about? And see why he's so, popular and everything. So, that's how it started.
Yes.
That's really cool. Do you have a bias group?
You know what? It's really hard to say right now.
It's hard to say now.
Yeah, because I consider myself like a multi-fan. So I have all these other groups that I love, but my main is just probably BTS, EXO, Monster X, SHINee.
Yeah.
You're just so listing everyone off now. You're just listing everyone.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like I said, it's really hard to say now, but I love K-pop. So
me too. So I started off with BTS first, and then I got to get to know EXO, and then after that we was like everybody started wanting us to react to different other groups. So I started to get into other groups, So it's kind of hard to say who's my favorite now because all these new groups that I'm starting to get to know, I like their music. So it's like it's in scrambles right now. It's like I love everybody. I love them all. Like, request more for me.
It's infinite. I mean, before we were introduced to other groups, like even before BTS, the first K-pop group. I'm not gonna lie, the first K-pop group I seen was 4 Minute. That was like the very first K-pop song I've ever listened to, and then Psy. So I was obsessed with Psy, and then 4 Minute, and then when I saw BTS, I was like, whoa. you know, that's when this whole part opened up and I started to just react to everything. And that's why I was trying to get AJ to this wonderful thing.
Oh
this
yeah, I'm so
K-pop,
happy.
and she
I'm
was
so
sleeping.
happy. I was sleeping on K-pop. I could pop myself on the head right now. I'm like, oh my god, yeah, I love K-pop though. I do. If you watch our channel though, like if everybody like watch the beginning of our channel, like at first, you can tell we were so calm. We were so calm because I wasn't like getting out of my comfort zone yet. But when I got used to it and more comfortable, now today we are a mess. We are a whole mess right now. Like it's so fun though. It's so fun.
I can totally relate to that. I was the same when I first started my channel. I was, you know, very quiet. I didn't want to be one of those people that was too out there. I didn't want to be too extra. Right. But then as the time went on, I just started letting go and I just became more myself.
Yeah.
And it's actually quite difficult to go back and watch the older reactions.
Ooh. Yeah, I can't even watch that first video.
We can't watch the first video. I
was like, the things that we said, I was just like, oh my god, it's so ignorant.
Like, soon as we opened our mouth, I was like, ew! Like,
no. I did a reaction of my first ever reaction. And it was absolutely horrible. But I think you guys should do that as well if you haven't done that already.
Didn't we do that?
Very entertaining.
We actually have.
We have.
We reacted to our very first video.
We did.
And we cringed.
Yep, we cringed.
You know, but it's still fun. It's still fun to watch and see how we've improved.
Yeah. I need to watch that. That's absolutely
oh my goodness.
So
I'll drop a link.
Huh?
I said I'll drop a link.
One more question just before we move on to Snakey news. Are there any groups you want to check out in the future that you haven't checked out yet? Or are there any groups that you kind of want to stand and get into more, but you just haven't found the time?
Yes.
And what is that, AJ?
Want us.
Yeah.
ATs
for sure.
They're having a comeback tomorrow.
Oh,
I heard about that.
Well, we have to get ready for that.
Oh, yeah.
That's exciting. Oh, yeah. What about you?
Exactly the same groups, pretty much. And I like barely like getting into SHINee. I love SHINee so far.
Yeah,
so I'm just like I'm all on that.
SHINee has the bangers.
Mm-hmm.
Ace as well.
Oh, and Ace, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ace. I haven't reacted to much Ace. I think that's definitely a group that's definitely a group I'm sleeping on as well. I agree. So we can move straight on to Snakey news. Snakey news. And the first piece of news is Chanyeol is enlisting in March. Did you guys hear about that?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I heard about it all over Twitter. It was all in the trending topics. I get sad every time they have to go.
Right.
But, you know, we just have to keep in mind that, you know, they'll be back. And, you know, that's what I try to tell everybody because when they're so sad. And I say, you know, it's sad when they first go, but then just know that they're going to come back. They're going to bring us more music, more content. You know, you just have to, you know.
Just wait it out.
Yeah, try to wait it out. Because I was actually sad when Schumann went. Because I think, wasn't we knew them when Schumann went.
Yeah, of course.
And I was sad. I was so sad. But I just have to keep in mind that they're going to be back. We just have to wait it out, you know.
Yeah,
I try to tell myself.
It's mandatory, so there's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
So we have to just wait it out and just be patient. You know, if you're a really dedicated fan, you will wait.
Oh, of course. Know? Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, and we all know it's coming. You know, we're all prepared. We all know it's coming. I think the only difference is this time, which I feel like the same with Chen, with Jongdae, is I feel like the time coming up to the enlistment was kind of not very nice because we had the whole situation with Chen happen. And then now we hadn't heard from Chanyeol for a long time because those accusations happened. So we didn't hear from him for a very long time. Then all of a sudden, you know, we heard from him and everyone was happy. They were like, oh, we've heard from Chanyeol. And then a few days later, all of a sudden it's, oh, he's enlisting. So I feel like it hits a little different for him because I feel like
Yeah.
we didn't get to enjoy him just before he enlisted, you know?
Yeah. I felt the same way.
Me too.
Also, I think a lot of people were disappointed because I feel like everyone just had this little bit of hope that we were going to get another EXO comeback before him and Baekhyun enlisted. Because I feel like everyone thought Chanyeol and Baekhyun were going to enlist at the same time sort of thing, and we were going to get at least one album.
I know.
Oh,
You know what? I was kind of hoping for that.
on that.
Me too. I was kind of hoping for that. I did. I was like, "Ooh, it would be so nice for them to get together." You know, before that, but
I was thinking there will be some kind of like sub promotion there before, you know.
Yeah. Something, anything.
Anything.
You know what though? Maybe we'll get another subunit or something.
Maybe.
You never know. I was imagine if like we got Layback, right? Imagine that, and then we had Kai, Lay, and Sehun in a subunit.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
I would be dead. I would be so dead. No,
I would be excited.
I would be dead and excited at the same time. That would have been
Cool.
Oh my gosh.
That would be so cool.
That would be cool.
Yes.
If you could have any EXO subunit, any of the members, even the ones that are at war right now, if you could make up any EXO subunit, who would be in it?
Ooh, let me see. Ooh,
that's a little bit difficult.
That's difficult. Hold on, let me think real quickly. Ooh, okay. Lay for sure. Sure. Let me see. I would say, Lay Kai.
That's a duo that I definitely want to see. I'd be happy with just them two alone, to be honest.
Me too. Okay, Lay Kai. I'm trying to think of like the third person. Let me see. See, it's kind of hard. I don't know. It's kind of hard to put them together, but
I think for my like ballad like trio, I think it would be Dio, Suho, and Chen.
Oh,
I think that would be interesting.
That's a good one.
Vocals.
See, I was gonna say that one, like Baekhyun too. Like, you know, I think that would be great.
Right. That sound. Oh, I think you onto something.
I want to hear
it. That one.
What about an R&B unit though, with Baekhyun, Kai, and Kyungsu?
Oh, that would be fire.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying too. For like R&B, I would definitely throw Kyungsu in there.
Yes,
Baekhyun
and Dio.
Kyungsu is Dio.
Yeah, Dio.
Yeah.
So I'm saying Dio. I'm thinking. And then Kai. And Bake.
Ooh.
Yeah, that would be good.
That would work.
Yeah, that sounds sexy.
That sounds sexy.
I can already hear the songs.
And then have a English version as well as a Kai version,
right?
A Korean version,
right? That would be fun.
English version,
yes.
Because then you can get the more.
Yeah.
You can get the sexier lyrics with the English version, or even the Japanese version. You can get the sexier lyrics, can't you? Because they kind of hold back a bit with the Korean. Yeah. Okay, moving on to the next piece of news. So I don't know if you guys know Stray Kids at all.
We really got into Stray Kids. I know that we did react to one of their videos, but we didn't really get into deep research about them. But that's what we're going to be working on right now, is kind of, you know, getting to understand the members more.
Yeah.
But I mean, we definitely heard of Stray Kids.
Yeah.
They're awesome. I'm just recently getting into them as well. But this next piece of news is Stray Kids' Hyunjin will actually be taking a hiatus. This comes from some accusations that happened recently that were made against him by an old classmate. Hyunjin actually posted a handwritten apology on Instagram, and JYP released a statement. The statement JYP released was really bad and worded terribly. However, basically he was accused of bullying, but I don't think he was bullying. He basically just had beef with another classmate. But the way JYP worded the statement made it seem like the accusation of him bullying was true when it actually wasn't, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I've actually read the article about it recently. I think this morning. The way they wrote it was like pretty much, accusing him of that
Yeah.
without any like factual evidence. Or maybe there is, and I haven't looked into it yet.
No, yeah, they did word it really, really, really badly. And Hyunjin did post the apology on Instagram, and I'm very glad he did. A lot of fans were saying he didn't need to apologize and all stuff like this. But the way
Uh-huh.
the way I see it is, even if he did have a beef with this student and they argued and Hyunjin said hurtful things, then he does need to apologize. Essentially, when you hurt someone's feelings, you need to apologize.
Right.
So he did the right thing for apologizing, and I think fans should be proud of him and not be telling him that he shouldn't be apologizing, because I think that was a grown thing for him to do.
Yeah, I think that was very mature for him to
Yes.
take the responsibility to apologize to anyone that he hurt. And this was in middle school, correct?
Yeah.
This was in all the way in middle
this was
school.
way
So you
in
gotta
middle
think
school?
kids can be brats,
Yeah.
and can say some,
Listen,
mean things,
I'm sure I said some stupid shit in middle school. I'm sure I probably told someone to fuck off
Yeah.
or something. And at the end of the day, I would, if I upset them, I do owe them an apology at the end of the day.
Exactly.
And I think that's the correct thing to do. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
JYP, though, as a company, did not help the situation at all, but they don't really care for their artists. We already know that, which is a shame. Oh yeah, do you guys stan GOT7?
Yeah, I like
Yes.
GOT7.
Sorry, I'm just finding the next piece of news. Don't worry, I'll edit this bit out.
No, you're fine. Yeah. You're fine.
Okay, so the next piece of news is a Jamin. Let me start that again. So so the so stop it.
I'm sorry.
You know what? I'll leave this in. I won't edit it out. I'll leave it in for the jokes. Okay, so a German radio station apologized to BTS. Did you guys see what happened?
I've heard about it briefly, about like what he said and everything, but
Yeah,
you said that he apologizes like after the fact that he insulted BTS on his radio show.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know the details. Honestly, I don't want to repeat what was said because it wasn't very nice at all.
It wasn't. I read it and my jaw dropped to the floor.
Yeah, I read that.
Offended.
I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like,
but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. I don't want to repeat everything he said, but for the people listening who don't know what happened, he basically compared BTS to coronavirus and a bunch of other things, and it was really, really terrible. But like you guys just said, I was not surprised at all. And this wasn't the first time either, was it?
It's not the first time BTS has been insulted on a radio show host.
No.
In a radio show at that fact. It's just the xenophobia going on, and anybody who is not into BTS, or people who hate it, it's like, I know everyone has an opinion, but some of it can be very insensitive and very offensive, and being taken the wrong way, whether he's kidding or not. I don't know what his main motive was, saying it was a joke, but it was a very bad joke. It was a very crass joke. Very offensive.
Yeah. I feel like he was just ignorant to me. It's very ignorant. It pissed me off. I was so mad. I'm not gonna lie. I was
as a fan,
so mad when he
it was very irresponsible on his part. If you're gonna be some spokesperson of a particular region, you have to have that responsibility, to be careful what you say.
Yeah.
Because the fans, the army, they will drag your whole entire business down if they can, if they want to, if they really want to, they can.
Yeah.
So now he knew very quickly to apologize. Because that was very uncomfortable and was a very insensitive comment. I'm not going to repeat what he said either because it was very ignorant.
I'm like he must not know about army.
Yeah.
I'm like, you have no idea who the army is. Like, you have made a big mistake. Like, they're gonna come for your life.
Yeah.
And I think it was because they did a cover of Coldplay. I was hearing about that too. And I love Coldplay.
He was trashing on their cover of Coldplay. Like, one asshole.
Wow. That's
Just an absolute
ridiculous.
arsehole. I know, it's just a racist arsehole.
Right. Ooh, the things I want to say. We
I
have to
would just,
keep
yeah, I
it.
would just, I would just say it was very irresponsible on his part. Yeah, like I said, he is obligated to say whatever he want to say about anybody that he like or dislike, but expect the consequences.
Yes.
You have to
Yeah.
expect the consequences. You're responsible for what you say, but also it comes with dire consequences. So I hope he learned his lesson.
I hope he learned his lesson too.
I hope he learned his lesson.
Probably not. Do racists ever learn their lesson?
Probably not.
Not surprised,
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all as well. That's just one of the things, one of the consequences of having K-pop being this global thing. You just get all the xenophobia and just the racism, unfortunately.
It's 2021. We should be over this by now.
We should have been over this a long time ago.
I know.
Like the culture bears everything.
Yeah.
We have Duolingo. Right. We have things that, I'm just saying as an example. We have things to get people to understand other people's culture and understand them better, and whether there is a language barrier, it's not hard to understand people on a, human level. And you still have some people who just don't get it.
Yeah.
You know what? They do get it. They just don't want to, or they don't care.
They don't care.
That's what.
Some people
they
just don't care.
They don't care.
That's sad, man. It's really sad. I wish people would just love each other more.
How hard is that to do, right? How hard is it to love people and to be kind to someone?
It's just basic human decency and mannerism.
Right.
I mean, it's not cool. I mean, hating on a very popular group doesn't make you popular. It doesn't make you relevant, really. Just hating on someone who is very successful, and BTS is an example. Yeah. Because they're on the map. They're a given when it comes to K-pop. Know, all these other groups, K-pop groups like SHINee, Big Bang. I feel like they should have the same amount of respect as well.
Exactly.
And so they've had some, xenophobic, racism scenarios in their time as well.
Right.
I probably haven't looked into it yet, but I'm sure it exists somewhere.
Oh, probably, definitely. I was gonna say something and I forgot. Shit.
I'm sorry. We're so goofy. I'm sorry.
We are just so goofy.
This happens to me every time. Because I'm always listening to what someone else is saying and I'm like taking it in and I'm agreeing, and then by the time it gets to me, I completely forget what I'm gonna say.
I'm the same exact way. Sometimes I'll just start babbling.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. If he wants to have an opinion on their music and their artistry, he's allowed to do that. If he doesn't like their music, fair enough. If you didn't like their little Coldplay cover, fair enough. But why be racist?
Right. Exactly. He could have left all that other stuff he said. It was so irrelevant.
People can take it as a racist comment, and then some people can take it as an insensitive comment. Because, the fact that, we know where COVID came from and, their, ethnic background, it's like, it's quick to say that it can be a racist comment, but either way, it's just like, it's still rude.
Yeah.
It's just rude. Yeah.
Exactly. I can go on and on about that kind of racist thing is out here.
Hey, maybe we can make that a whole topic for another time. You guys can come on again and we can make that a topic for the podcast episode.
I'm for it.
Yes.
I am for it. I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a
very
lot
sensitive topic though.
Yeah, it's very sensitive, but I think there's a place for it. We could definitely talk about it on here.
There's always a place for everything.
Yeah. So this last bit of news, it just happened now, and I don't know how it's going to turn out by the time the podcast is out on Friday. But because it just happened, I feel like we should talk about it. But a whole bunch of K-pop has just been removed from Spotify. Did you see?
I just tweeted about that. I was very angry because I wanted to listen to one of Suho's songs, and one of them got erased somehow because it was a feature song by Jane. It was a song featured with Jane. And it was off, and I was like, "What the heck?" I was cussing, "What's going on?" And then that's when I went on Twitter, and I noticed that there was a lot because I have the whole K-pop list on Spotify. I noticed a lot of songs were missing, And I was so infuriated. So I was on Twitter like, what's going on? So I was pissed.
Yes, yeah.
I knew about that very quickly because I listen to Spotify all the time.
Yeah, me too. So what's happened is all the songs that were distributed by Kakao M have now been removed off Spotify. In the last podcast episode, I mentioned that Spotify is now finally in Korea. And I even spoke about saying, wow, how is this going to affect the K-pop industry and the music industry over there? Lo and behold, a few days later, a whole bunch of shit is missing off Spotify. Bro, they better put that shit back on, or I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Put
I'm
all
gonna have
artists
to,
back
like,
on Spotify, or else we're boycotting. And I'm kidding.
I'm dead.
I'm kidding, but that's just so disappointing. It's very disappointing.
That is disappointing, though. Wow.
Also, I'm worried, like, if the songs do come back, are our playlists gonna be fucked?
So,
yeah, that's the question. It's gonna corrupt a lot of stuff, probably.
Yeah, I feel like the songs might not be back on our playlists. That would be some bullshit.
I know, I know that, like, on my playlist, I would see the song, but it'll be, like, kind of in a transparency. And I can click on it, it'll say it's not available. So I was just like, what?
See,
I mean, it's on there, but you can't play it. So they'll either erase it or put it back on. Maybe it'll be fine, but you can't listen to it. It'll still be on there.
Fucking better be. Imagine having to, like, because I make my playlist, I arrange them all nicely, I arrange them how I want them to be. Well, that's that. So, moving on from Snakey news, we can move straight into this week's topic, which is basically the positive effects of K-pop, I'd call it. Now, before I read you guys' submissions, because you guys left some really cool opinions and submissions and stories over on Twitter, before I get into the submissions, would you like to share your story with us? Like, what K-pop has done for you, how it makes you happy or inspires you?
Yeah. I think K-pop is a huge inspiration to me personally because, I would interpret most of the lyrics, from one of my favorite groups, and they're very empowering. They're very inspirational, and it has motivated me to do things that I love. It did motivate me to do things that I love with passion, So every time I watch music videos and I enjoy what they do, I know that they love it, and it's like this kind of contagion that, I can sense they're doing what they love. Like, they're dancing, and, especially people like Kai, who's just very passionate in dancing. Yeah. I just love seeing that. And I'm just like, you know what? I need to find something to do, that I love. So, I'm a painter, so I enjoy painting. So it's just like, it inspires me to be creative and do everything that I love, with passion.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah, I can say that too. As well.
Makes me work hard.
Yeah, it makes me work hard and be passionate and Okay, I was just gonna say, like, because I like to I like a lot of talent and stuff. Like, I like to watch people dance and sing. Like, I've always liked doing that since I was a kid. So when they dance and have so much passion and drive, like, that kind of stuff makes me happy as well. And how they sing and how they're so passionate about themselves, that makes me happy. And sometimes when I'm, like, in a dark place, because, everyone every once in a while has a moments with things, I would listen to their music and just, like, watch their dance videos and stuff, and it would, like, make me happy and put me in a better mood, if that makes sense. Like, Better Days, that song Better Days really hit me. Like,
Better Days, by Super M?
Yeah, Better Days. That song hit me on a whole different level.
Yeah.
Like, I cried on that song so many times. Like, I can just relate. So when I listen to that makes me happy.
Yeah.
Like, stuff like that,
Yeah, they're very inspirational, and you can relate to them.
And it's positive too.
It's always positive driven. Like, even like before, like other genres I listen to, like I would listen to rock, alternative, metalcore. Like, I really deep into I have different like types of genres, but when that's the K-pop, I'm just like, oh, this is what I need, something positive,
right?
I don't care how cheesy it is. Like, I love it. I'm all for it. And
RM app got me through a tough time too. RM, like when he did that speech and he was saying to love yourself. Oh man,
very beautiful speech,
very inspirational. Like he really got to me with that speech.
I just enjoy K-pop because it's just like it's such motivation.
It is.
It's motivational. I'm just like, man, it makes me want to get up, do something, spontaneous. It's very inspirational, very talented.
I mean, look, it's inspired you to have this K-pop channel, reaction channel, essentially, and for you to keep going and to have this, this what's the word? I can't think of the word. Anyway,
no, it's fine.
It's okay. It happens. It's okay.
Sometimes, me too. I can't find words for certain things that I feel either. Sometimes I'm just like, when I explain sometimes about how I feel, especially with K-pop, sometimes I get lost for words because it's just it's very incredible.
Yeah.
And when I did do this channel, it was mainly because I want to know all these groups. I just love K-pop so much. It's like, I love living through it and just enjoying the music because I've always been interested in the performance arts, the videography. I'm a visualist person, and I am kind of like eye for design. So I see people with these, I see them with great fashionista and their videography, their choreo, and I'm just enjoying. I love the performance arts of their music videos. That's like the important part, aside for their very in-depth lyrics. It's just you get the whole works, and I'm all for it.
Yeah,
me too.
It's like a whole bunch of things combined because, of course, you got Western music, of course, you have Western fashion, of course, you have Western music videos and stuff like this. But I think it's the way they combine it all together and they mesh it all together and create something new and incredible. And that's what's so inspiring.
Yeah,
that is.
And you can see some of the American elements incorporated into their choreographies.
Oh yeah, of course.
You can tell their inspiration also comes from Western culture as well, which I thought that was very fascinating.
Yeah, of course. I mean, there's a whole lot of Black culture within K-pop. Of course, it's everywhere. It's in every corner. It's within the music. It's within the fashion. It's within the choreographies. It's there. But I say this all the time. But what I like is that they can take parts of Black culture or just Western culture in general and add to it.
Right.
Yeah, and with respect.
With respect,
with respect.
Definitely.
I mean, we do have some issues. We do have some issues sometimes.
Yeah.
But I think I think people often overlook the positive things and the benefits that we do get with K-pop. It's a whole new world, and I think that's why we all fall so deeply in love with K-pop so quickly. It's because it's this brand new thing, something we haven't experienced before in the West.
I'm just gonna say this so bluntly, but when it comes to on a global scale, the K-pop industry knows what they're doing. They know how to get people's bank accounts empty. Because you can just tell they work so hard. Even you can just really fall in love with the talent and music, and you're just like, man, I want to get all their albums. But they don't only get just one album; you get 3 or 5 versions of the same album.
Right? Okay. Right. Like, I would buy some albums, R&B, the music I like to listen to. You'll buy an album. Sometimes you don't even get a poster, man. You know what I'm saying? But when I got a K-pop album for the first time,
they make it extra special.
I said, "Excuse me, we're getting photo cards, we're getting big posters, we're getting all that. They feed us, and then it's not just one; you get different versions." So I said, "Oh, okay, y'all really know what y'all doing, okay? Because I'm definitely about to get this version and that version. Take my money here, take it here, take it." And I didn't know what they
do. And then most of these K-pop groups, they are very Grammy worthy.
Yes.
You have no idea. The performance arts, everything is nothing like I've ever seen before. Incredible. Right. The performance arts is on a level that is just worth to be shown to the world.
Yes.
Everywhere.
I agree.
You should see me try to tell my friends and a lot of people about K-pop. They was like me at the beginning. Oh, okay, I'll look at it, and they not really interested. But I'm like, girl, you need to listen to K-pop. Like, when I do show people, I love how excited they get, like they react.
It's that shock.
And they was like, wow, like that's how many people they have in a group. It's like 20 people. I said, you'll get used to it.
And the thing is, there's a lot, and I know BTS is a given because of where they're at right now. But it's like, when you introduce them to like other groups, and it's like, no, you don't understand. It's not just BTS. There's so many outstanding. It's like almost infinite. It's like there's so many more groups to get to know. And even I'm on that trend where it's like I need to get to know other amazing groups that that haven't been to my attention yet.
That's what we want to work on.
Yeah, I feel you. I completely agree with everything you said. Like, K-pop is very inspirational. I mean, it's changed my life essentially. K-pop changed my life. I'm sure you can agree as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it inspired me to learn a new language. It inspired me to travel. I've been to Korea 3 times. I lived there. I went to school there. I met friends through K-pop. I mean, I'm sitting here talking to you now on my podcast I created because of K-pop, making connections that I probably never would have before. It's so much more deeper as well because life can be pretty lonely, but you meet people through K-pop, like I just said. And not just that, if you're sitting at home alone and you're putting like a Run BTS episode on, or like EXO Ladder or something, and you feel like you're hanging out with them essentially. Another great marketing strategy, by the way, from the K-pop industry, because they make you fall in love with these people, make you become attached to them. Come on, I know what you're doing, but I'm gonna fall for it anyway.
I know. I'm like,
okay.
Some people have this parasocial relationship with some of the K-pop idols,
But yeah, it's a lot more. I mean, for me, I'm in it mostly for the music. It's all about the music for me, essentially, and everything else is just a nice little bonus on the side. However, it's being a K-pop fan or a stan is way more deeper than I think a lot of people realize, and I think that's why we get so upset. I think that's why we always get so upset and offended and angry. There's always Twitter. There's fan wars and all this stuff going on. I think it's because everyone's so invested and sensitive and emotional when it comes to K-pop, because it's not just music. Essentially, it goes a lot deeper than that.
Competitions and rankings, and especially if you stand only one group, it's like you're for that group and only that group for some people.
I respect it.
And I respect it, absolutely.
Because I'm mature. Like, I respect that you like one group and that's it. That's fine.
Do your thing.
Yeah, but I like all groups. Like I like so many different groups.
It's like, in my perspective, I'm like, okay, like if I am like into rock, I'm not gonna just only Green Day. Like I like My Chemical Romance. I like
All American Rejects.
I like All American Rejects. Like I love them all.
Yeah.
And I can stand them all equally. But I know for some people, I don't know. I don't understand. Like, why stand one group when there's all these other groups that are just just outstanding and unique.
Yeah.
And it's all about the support. It's all about the support too.
Yeah.
You do have that bias group.
Yeah, like I asked earlier, who's your bias group? Like, I get it. And I think what people try to do is they try to separate being a stan and a casual listener.
Yeah.
So people will try and say, well, you're not a real stan. Like, they will say, like, multis are not real stans because you can't stand more than group because you don't put the same energy for every group. That's what people will say, which is absolute bullshit. But I think that's how they try to excuse it. They'll be like, well, you're just a casual listener then. You're not a stan.
See,
we got into. Oh my God!
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, I'm just saying, like, people have came for me on Twitter many times at the beginning over this. Like, they would really tell me, you are not like a full blown like EXO, EXO or whatever, like a stan. You're not, because you listen to this group, you listen to that group, and I'm like, well, okay, I listen to other groups. Like, why is it a problem? Why I can't be like a stan of this group and also that group and show my same support and love for all different artists and groups? Like, I'm just having a hard time understanding why I was getting so much hate.
Yeah, we didn't understand at first. But like when we first started this channel, like, we're huge, fans of other groups besides EXO.
Yeah.
And so it really broke my heart when I was seeing comments that were saying, hey, you're not a real fan because, because you stand these other groups or you or react to all these other groups. And I just don't understand because, I'm going to show love equally to all groups. Like if I love them, I love them, It's like, how can you tell me not to stand a group just because I listen to other genres or other, K-pop groups?
Yeah.
So I was just it was very disheartening to hear that.
And somebody hit me with that. You can't be a XOL if you listen to BTS
or an army, or
me?
Yeah.
I can be what I want to be. Who are you to tell me who I can be? Excuse me, it's a touchy topic.
But I can understand. I can understand where they're coming from.
I can,
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think it all stems back to what we're talking about in this episode. We're just talking about people just get so attached and they feel so strongly and so passionately about a group or about certain idols that they just become a little bit too emotional and protective. I spoke about this with Anitra from Say What Reacts on episode maybe 4. I can't remember. We did like a fan wars episode.
That's fun.
But I guess it's just like the opposite. So there's obviously a dark side to being a K-pop stan. So we have all these positive things and how it's helped us. I mean, it changed my life. It inspires us. But there's this dark side to it as well. But I guess it's not just K-pop. I guarantee you that's with any type of fandom ever. You'll get it with anime, gaming. You'll get it with anything.
Yeah, there's always a good, bad, and ugly to everything.
Don't get me started on anime.
Yeah, but I really love this community. You really can, the fact that there's this community that we can all enjoy the same thing and even gain friendship, like really strong friendships with people through K-pop. It's a
beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful, amazing thing.
I met so many K-pop friends and stuff.
Different parts of the world.
I actually needed that. That's one positive thing in my life that got me through a lot of tough times.
I picked up a book on how to learn Korean because
I did too, but that inspired me to learn Korean too. I tried. I'm not gonna lie, I tried. It's hard for me to get it, but I do want to learn Korean. I want to learn so bad.
It takes practice. It's perfect. You just gotta have the time in your schedule, Yeah. That's with anything.
Just gotta stay a bit consistent. It is difficult though. I mean, I went to school in Korea and I still can't speak shit. But I'm trying. Also, we've got the Korean slang expression of the week coming up soon anyway, so we'll put your Korean to the test a bit. I'm gonna read one of our first submissions here. This one's kind of long, so bear with me. It says, K-pop for me was initially a simple form of entertainment. I listen to music all the time, at least a good 7-8 hours every day. And I usually dive into all sorts of genres. With time, I fell in love with all sorts of aspects behind the K-pop universe. Not just the music itself, but performances, dance, video, online content, etc. It honestly became my hobby, and when I was alone in another country to study and work, it was my main form of entertainment. It provides that comfort to someone like me needs to take my mind off heavier things like mental health issues, stress, and personal problems. So I quickly became deeply involved in all aspects of it. And I have to say, after 5 years, I still enjoy it a lot, despite... Hold on, I've got to go on to the next page. Shit, I've lost where I was. Shit.
Take your time.
And I got it. And I have to say, after 5 years, I still enjoy it a lot, despite all the problematic aspects it has sometimes. Little heart emoji. Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing. And I agree with all of it.
Yeah, I agree with it as well. It's definitely entertaining. And, we all have our own problems going on. And I can definitely say that K-pop has helped me, get into a better mood. Whenever I'm sad or depressed, I'll just put on
Yeah.
just any
Me too.
K-pop video, and then I'm, and it helps. It works,
It really does.
Maybe
It
not for
really
everyone,
does.
but yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it
I feel
definitely
that.
does. Me
Like, if I'm
too.
feeling down, if I need to feel like I need to be distracted, you can go on YouTube and watch, these funny compilations and stuff, these crack videos.
Mm-hmm.
That's
The
another
cat
thing. There's like
videos are
so
always fun
much
to
content.
watch.
Yeah, they really are. There's just so much content in general. Like, you can never get bored, really.
No, never. It's infinite.
Right.
Yeah, it really is infinite. So another one. This one says, K-pop has absolutely changed my life. It's really helped to broaden my horizons as a performer and a person in general. I've learned so much about a culture and language I would otherwise have no exposure to, and I've loved every second.
Oh, it's beautiful.
That is nice. Again, that's what we were saying, learning another language. I think that's one of the wildest things for me, is learning a whole other language. Like, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Because I think that, like, for me, like, before I got into K-pop, I was into, like, German music, Japanese pop. I was into, like, all other foreign music, even Russian opera before I got into, like, K-pop. So, like, I was like, oh, this is something else, that this other side of something I've never seen before. So, I always stay open-minded and listen to music and just squash the
Yeah,
language barriers, because it's talent, universal talent
it
everywhere.
really is. I mean, I grew up listening to music in a lot of different languages as well. Like, my dad, when I was growing up, he used to listen to Brazilian music all the time. And so I grew up just listening to, like, a lot of Brazilian music and music in Portuguese. So my ears have always just been open to listening to music in another language. And I also love the aspect of not understanding everything they're saying, because it's like another instrument. Essentially, it's kind of just like noises and sounds coming out their mouth, if that makes sense, because you
Yeah.
don't know what they're saying all the time. It's just like another instrument. You're sort of listening to all the details in the sounds. I love
Yeah.
that.
It's like that certain genre that you recognize, even if it is from a different part of the world, or we can recognize that sort of niche,
Yeah,
that genre that's like, oh, you can tell, oh, that's R&B, oh, that's pop, that's a little bit of rock, it's a little bit of, you can identify
yeah,
these just by sound, and especially with vocals, you can tell who has the talent and who doesn't have the talent,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. I feel that. This next one says, makes me happy most of the time. I think that's because I asked the question, does K-pop make you happy? And I think they've just replied, makes me happy most of the time, confident, keeps me young, intro to keeps me young, intro to further new music, and brought me into passionate creative world of fans with so much diversity. I like what they said about confident, because K-pop definitely did make me a more confident person.
I agree. Before we even got into K-pop, from that first video, you could just tell before and after the whole K-pop
Yeah,
thing. Really.
yeah,
It was just like, the fact is, it's just more like a community, and we just all just enjoying, what we love, which is like K-pop, and definitely you
yeah,
can just see, you can tell that some idols, confidence, it can rub off on other people,
Right.
and
yeah.
that's part of inspiration as well,
I feel that. Also, I ever since I got into K-pop, I dress so much better.
Same.
Me too.
Yeah, you feel more comfortable. You know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna wear this crazy ass fucking hat or this jewelry, or I'm gonna put these colors on together that I wouldn't usually do. Like,
Yeah.
I really did start dressing better.
Yeah,
Not too out there,
I enjoy the fashionista as well.
Me too.
because I could not pull off anything that they actually wear.
Now I can't pull off everything.
Yeah, I can't pull off that. I'll be honest.
But I do enjoy the work of art on other people.
Yes. This next one says, K-pop has been my escape, There's been a number of tracks that have kept me alive, such as By My Side, Monster X. I sobbed as they sang it at the end of the London concert in 2019. That's really nice.
Yeah, that's good.
But I'm jealous that I didn't get to see Monster X in London. What the fuck?
Man, don't feel bad because we missed that. We missed them as well over here in California. So
Yeah, we did.
I was like, darn it.
I was in Korea when Super M was in London, and I was absolutely gutted. I was so upset.
Man.
Yeah, I know. I really wanted to see them, but
Yeah.
oh well. This next one says, I've been a K-pop fan since 2005. Ooh. So
Wow.
it's been a part of my life for a very long time now. It brought me a lot of friends and fun times, but also comforted me during difficult times. And it inspired me to write and be more creative in general. You were saying as well earlier that you paint, right? You draw? Draw?
I'm an artist.
And K-pop inspires you as well with your art?
Yeah, it definitely has gave me like whims and like, inspired me to just kind of just motivate me to work harder and be more creative, and like I said, it does motivate me in some aspect. I remember I started to draw more like fan art, K-pop, a lot of portraits of like K-pop idols. So, I would do portraits of like, Suho and Jaemin. So it has inspired me for sure. And it's fun.
Man, I can't draw for shit. I am so terrible.
Me too.
That's one thing.
Me too. I'm good at stick figures though.
Oh.
Hey, everyone's creative in some way. Just practice makes perfect.
Nobody has anything on my stick figures though. I don't care what nobody says. Oh my god. Like, I'm really good at
art is subjective.
I can't even. Yeah, that's true. Art really is subjective. That's true. That's very true. You just have to come up with the idea. It doesn't matter if it's good or not. Just come up with the idea.
Yeah.
It's a way of expressing and letting go.
Yeah, exactly. This next one says, K-pop definitely makes me happy, more the music aspect than the celebrity aspect of it, definitely, but there are some really inspiring people in the industry too. I got into it relatively young, and it's been cool seeing how it's changed, just like life. You mentioned someone really inspiring earlier, and that's RM.
When you say that, AJ.
Yeah.
RM, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like, I think that's going to be my next tattoo. I know it's random, but I think that's going to be my next tattoo. I want to put love yourself, so I can always look at it and it always constantly remind me to love myself. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
that's like inspiring.
Absolutely. I've got a BTS tattoo.
Ooh, really?
It just says bulletproof.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's on my arm. But yeah, gotta love a K-pop tat. This next one says, honestly, all I can mention right now is the day when SHINee came back and I had thousands of things going on with life and my anxiety level was never that high. But when I listened to their songs, I felt like a huge weight was taken off my shoulders and my mind was much clearer. Their music just made everything around me seem different, and after that I was able to get my shit done.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, for sure.
There's definitely that motivation that when you listen to certain K-pop songs, and it can be lyrics about things that you're going through at the moment, and it's just like like you can definitely relate.
Yeah, I agree.
For sure. Also, that feeling you get sometimes when you put on like a K-pop song that you haven't heard in a very long time, and you just put it on, and I just love that feeling. It just makes you feel like, gives you so much energy, makes you feel so excited. This next one says, I know this sounds cliche, but K-pop has allowed me to make so many new friends who like a whole range of different groups, especially through Fifi's Discord. I also love the excitement before a new release. Yes, talking about it. to friends and listening to the album with my headphones on without a care in the world, just enjoying top quality music and performances. I love how they mentioned, like, you know, when you know something's coming, like a comeback is on the way, just the excitement. It's such a great feeling.
Yes, that's always hype.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It gives you something to look forward to, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
At the start, when I first got into K-pop, I actually used to get like anxiety. Like I used to get like stress before a comeback. Like I'd sit there with like heart palpitations. Like just because BTS dropped a teaser for an MV, I'd be sitting there like, I can't breathe.
Yeah.
I know. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I
I can
feel
relate.
too.
Do you remember that EXO comeback we did?
We were a mess. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
My heart was just
we were new
pounding.
fans too.
Yeah, that was our first comeback. My heart was beating so fast. I was like, oh my god, calm down. Like, you know, ooh, like.
Shoot.
So yeah, we
Yeah.
definitely can relate. Yes.
Yeah, we definitely can relate with any
It's
group.
a special feeling. Yeah.
It's a
It's a
special
very
feeling.
special feeling. Yeah. It's kind of unique to K-pop, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it as much anymore. I think I've calmed down a bit now. Just a little bit. I'm saying that, but I don't know, because I feel like if EXO was having a comeback, I think it would get me.
Yeah.
But I've calmed down a little bit now. There's lots and lots of not lots and lots. I lied. There's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 submissions left, but I don't think we have time to read them.
Okay.
Thank you so much to those of you who submitted. I did read them all. Sorry I couldn't read them all out on the podcast, but I really, really appreciate it. When you guys leave your submissions and opinions, it makes the podcast so much better. I love you. Thank you. Moving on to my favorite part of the podcast, which is the Korean slang expression of the week. Are you guys ready for this?
Let's do it.
Let's get it.
Okay, so last week we had 무개념, which is to be... Fuck, I forgot. Wow, Fifi. Wow. Let me open the page.
It's okay. It's okay.
Wow, you silly. Hold on. That's what it is. It's to have no common sense.
No common
When someone
sense.
has 무개념 means no common sense. But that was last week's. I'm just letting everyone, just reminding everyone, refreshing everyone's memory from last week. But this week's Korean slang expression of the week is Nogada.
Nogada.
Yeah. Nogada.
You ready to try it, AJ?
No.
Kind of slang because you don't.
Okay, I'll try.
Just try. It's okay.
Okay, I'll try. Okay, how you pronounce it?
Okay, just repeat after me. No
No.
ga
Ga.
da.
Da.
Ga.
Ga.
Yay!
Okay.
That's it.
Yes.
No ga. Hey!
Yeah, I did it.
Ding ding. Chikande.
Oh my god.
So, Nogada means to describe a very physically difficult situation. Kind of ties in. For instance, construction workers' tasks can be described as Nogada. In addition, other physically or mentally difficult things can also be described using Nogada. An example sentence would be Nogadaya, which means it's tough labor. That's the Korean slang expression of the week, and that brings the podcast to an end. But just before we go, guys, do you have anything to plug? Any upcoming reactions?
Spoiler alert. It's going to be fascinating. I'm kidding. we want everyone to be surprised. But the artist, it starts with a B. B is the clue. B. The letter B. The idol's name starts with a B.
I'm just trying to think now. Okay, so is it a specific reaction everyone's been looking forward to?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay, then I don't want to spoil it then. So if you guys have been looking forward to something specifically, and a reaction will be coming soon from an idol that starts with the letter B. I think I know who it is. I'm assuming.
Mm.
I'm assuming.
Want to get too much away because people, they can catch up really fast. Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Yep.
trying to make it difficult.
So, ATs have a comeback tomorrow, remember? So I think you
Ooh.
guys should get onto that as well.
Of course.
I think
Absolutely.
You know, a lot
Icon.
of people have told us about the comeback, so we're definitely going to be on it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys stand Icon. I've only reacted to them once before, but they're having a comeback on Wednesday as well. A group called Very Very are having a comeback on Tuesday. Yeah, that's all I know so far.
You said
But
Icon
yes,
Wednesday?
Icon on Wednesday, yeah.
Ooh, okay.
All right.
So yeah, that's it. That's the end. All done. All finished. Thank you so much for joining me on Snakey Talk. I had an absolute blast, but that does not mean you're not coming back, because I will see you again and we will talk about the subject that we mentioned earlier. For sure, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to
I'm
it.
looking forward to it.
Thank you for having
Yeah,
us
me
here.
too.
We had a great time, stammering and all.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
This is our very first podcast, you know, with anything. So thank you so much.
Absolutely fantastic. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Have a good day.
Bye bye.